Hi, this is a tutorial for how to make basic titles and subtitles, and not just like the text itself, but like how to make them enter. So this is what I am going to teach you how to make today. And this one's a subtitle. Alright, so the first thing we'll be concentrating on is this title over here. And what you're going to do is first, well, get the clip or whatever that you're going to put a title on. So I'm just going to use this clip. And go to media generators, solid color, and choose white. So then just drag it in and go to event pan crop and just move it over to the side that you want this little rectangle to come in on. And I'm just going to have it come in this way. And if you noticed, you're going to have to be careful because otherwise it won't reach. Well, you don't really need to worry about that. Just zoom in and you don't have to worry about all this coming off. And what you're going to do is just at the beginning over here, make sure that you can't really see any of the white, so just put it right outside the box here. And after that, choose at what point you want the box to be out on. So I'm going to say about 2 seconds into the clip, I'm going to have it up here. Put it around like a third to 2/5 of the whole clip. So like, if it's too small, then you can't really put too much of a title in, but if you make it like really big, you can't really see anything. So just keep it around here, and it's going to be slightly bigger than this because you're going to expand it. It's going to just slowly expand, and so just like keep it a little small, but not too small. So this should be enough. And what you're going to do is then go for how long you want this box to stay out for. So I'm just going to say up until 4 seconds here, so 2 seconds later, and going to have it expand just a bit. So what this is going to do is you're going to have it come out, and then all of a sudden it'll become really slow, allowing your title to be seen. And then a bit after that, you're going to have it come back in. And make sure the distance isn't that great, so when it returns, it's pretty fast. The faster you want it, the closer you put this one here to this one. So now I can preview effect your basic entering like this. And then it slows down, show your title, and it just zooms back in. And just because it looks nicer with, if it's translucent, just lower the opacity and set it to 75-ish, and that way you get this kind of transparent box entering. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add your title. So go to media generators, text, and just take a text you want. I'm just going to use default text. Type in the name of your video and choose your font and your size and your text color. If you're still going to keep it white, Then what you're going to do is you're going to draw an outline of a dark color. I'm just going to use black, and make sure it's enough that you can actually see the outline, so that you can actually like notice it, and it doesn't really blend in too much with that little white box that's going to appear. So I'm just keeping it white with a black outline, and what you're going to do is go back to Event Pan Crop, and just like with the box, you're going to keep it out of sight. So just, if you want it to come out of the bottom, keep it over here, top, then just do this, and just make sure it's just out of sight so you can't see it. Then drag this along and watch, and wait until the point where it suddenly starts slowing down. You can kind of tell. So for me it's right about here, and what I'm going to do is have my video text, well, title, enter just enough so you can see it. I guess for the word video name, the box is a little short, but I'm just gonna put it here anyways, and just put it so that you kind of have some sticking out and some inside the white box. And then after that you have this slow expansion, so just wait until you get to the point where it starts retreating. Right before that, move this a little bit more so you can match the speed of how it's moving, so you have both the title and that box moving along. And now what you're going to do is do this previewing thing again and find the moment that the box disappears. And when that happens, you're just going to move your title out of view again. So after that you should be done, and it should end up looking something like this. And then it comes back in. And that's the basic title with a box at the side. You can also add subtitles or little pictures in this empty space. Now the second title you see here is the same thing, except, well, if you notice, there's a square kind of cut out, and this is just a cookie cutter. So you'll do the same thing as this, except for the white block, you're going to go to Video Effects and find Cookie Cutter, and choose a shape that you want to use. For this one this time, I'm going to be using circle. And what you do is change the method to cutaway section. And click at the beginning of your clip so that you can preview it from the start. And what you're going to do is slide this over and check and choose where you want the circle to start being seen. So I want the circle to start appearing right here. So what I'm going to do is, at this point, I'm going to shift my circle so that it cuts out how much I want to cut out at this point. And always keep in mind that if it's still coming out, your circle will appear larger. So like that. You could, and that's really it. If you really just want to keep it like this, you can, or you can just have it while it's expanding, just like move around. So move it down a bit, kind of, and then make it move up, and then it kind of disappears. So it's just a moving down up circle, and it's gone. So it'll look kind of like this. And that's basically this shape cutting title. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is a subtitle. And this one is a little bit quick. For an actual subtitle, you'd have it last a lot longer. So what you're going to do is, it's really similar to that title that you made, and you might have by now already figured out how to do it. So once again, you take another white solid color, and once again you're going to go to event pan crop, and you're going to choose which side you want this subtitle comment box to appear on, so either from the bottom or from the top. This time I'm going to choose from the bottom because it's different from my preview. And once again, to make sure we don't run into this cut problem, just zoom in, and once again just have it right out of view at the beginning. Then, same as before, choose a time where you want the box to appear. Then have it appear at a certain height that you want to be. And once again, we're going to do the expanding, so wait quite a while, like longer, because it's going to be a subtitle, and have it expand just a little bit. It'll make it slower, so kind of looks like this right now. It kind of slows down, and then again you right away have it disappear, so just a short moment later and it's gone. Okay, it looks like this right now. Once again, changing the opacity would look nice too. Would also look nice once again, so I lowered the opacity to 75. And then what you're going to do is just add some text, like for your subtitle or comment. So just take sample text and just type in your comment. Make sure that you decrease the size, because if it's too big you can't really fit a lot of text in there, right? So I'm just going to put it to 28 or 36 size, and if it's a subtitle it'll obviously be bigger. Change the text settings. It's best not to use these kind of cartoonish types because the text is relatively small. I'm just going to use Century Gothic, and I'm going to have a little outline just because it's white and the box is also white. So once again, I'm just adding another black outline. You don't actually have to do this. You can just have, since the box is white, like black text, but I think that's just a little too plain looking. I guess you could do that though, just like this. And after you're done making that, once again you're going to go to Event Pan Crop, and at the beginning just keep it out of view. Make sure it's centered here, so like you don't start like here, or else it'll end up having to move from the side. So make sure it's centered, and have it just outside of the view. So then you're going to watch and wait until it suddenly starts at the point it starts expanding. So right here, and then what you're going to do is put your text to where you want to be when this happens. So I want mine to be this far in, and after that you have to make sure the text kind of expands if you want. So I'm just going to once again wait until the expanding part ends, and right then I'm going to move it to how much it'll move from the expanding. So now it's kind of like this. Then wait until it disappears, and right then take this out of sight again. Make sure it's still centered so that it can exit straight and not diagonally. So now it's done, and you made a subtitle or comment appear. I hope you actually learned something today. You can play around with different box colors, and with this basic entering, exiting kind of thing, you can do a lot.